you be involved
McGregor's
with?
making his comeback. I'm looking at stepping into the MMA world. I've got another good guy who's the highest level in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that you can get completely. I spoke to Conor.
You've spoken to McGregor?
I spoke to McGregor, and yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. I reckon we can do something big time. Dana, call me. Trying to get that big fight going on. Francis Ngannou or any of the heavyweight champions, any of the heavyweights they've got. I'm a boxer, but I am one badass mofo. Yeah, I'm also quite a good kicker. Bam, inside, outside, bam, elbow, block.
I'm really hoping that Dana and Francis come to some sort of an agreement and they let Francis box Tyson Fury. Yeah. I want the man to get that giant, crazy Conor McGregor style payday.
Me too. And for the payday, it'd be great.
If you looked at who he's boxing, I mean, Tyson Fury is one of the most skillful boxers ever.
He's unbelievable.
Who just happens to be 6'9".
6'9", 84-inch reach, I think.
And crazy light on his feet.
Have you seen how fast he is?
Yes.
My God.
Talking about boxing, but this is a different world, you know. I'll eat him up and spit him out 7 times a day.
And balls of steel as well.
Can take
it. You know what I mean? What he did against Deontay Wilder when he got dropped in that first one.
Yeah.
And he got up and I thought he's going to dance around. He's going to stay away.
He won the round.
And he went forward. He
round.
pressed the action.
He got dropped, almost knocked unconscious, got up and won the rest of the round, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's skill, too. It's like he learned the skill of how to put knuckles on someone's face. And it's like...
But the skill is evident. I mean, the feints that he uses. I mean, against Klitschko, I don't know if you saw that one. I mean, it was just feints constantly. And you don't know how hard that is to do that. Cardiovascular, the strain that puts on those. Because they're short, they're only microsecond movements, you know what I mean? But they're explosive little movements because you got to sell the feint. And to do that for 12 rounds, you know, with a body that size, and then, of course, with the output on top of that, it's not an easy thing to do.
And then sing afterwards.
Oh, yeah. No, he's quite the showman.
He's such a character.
He is.
He's such a... I love that guy. Tyson Fury says, I'm just going to take a couple years off and I'm going to learn MMA and I'm going to come back and I'm going to be the MMA heavyweight champion of the world. I'm going to everybody up.
Well, I'll tell you this. The first fight, you won't find a place big enough. You put on those little gloves, I'm telling you, it's going to be an incredible promotion, but there is no way that Ngannou wins that fight.
If it's just boxing, he's going to have a really hard time hitting him.
The smaller the gloves, the more trouble he's in. This guy is a gypsy king.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He'd just do hand wraps if you let him. Yeah. And it's only going to make it harder for Ngannou to stay awake.
In some weird world, if Francis lands his flush on Tyson, it's over. On Tyson Fury, it's over.
Really?
He hits too hard.
Can I tell you something?
Really?
Dude, bro.
You know how many professional guys that punch hard tried to hit him and can't do it?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Fury's seen Francis because he fought Deontay. He's kind of seen a version of
Y'all
Francis.
having the wrong conversation.
Ngannou does have the nuclear option, though. He really does. He does have nuclear one-punch knockout power. He has one of his knockouts of Alistair Overeem was one of the most terrifying knockouts I've ever seen in my life. He spun Alistair's head behind where he's looking at the back of his feet. It's terrible.
From the hip, that's a Will Smith punch, man.
It's terrible technique in that regard, but he was doing it because he knew the opening was there and he was just winging it. Now, is he going to land that on Tyson Fury? It's going to be real fucking hard. But the problem is, what kind of hybrid rules are we talking about? Are we allowed to clinch? Because if we're allowed to clinch, Tyson's in a lot of trouble. With Francis Ngannou's first leg kick, he would be like, oh no.
Yeah, that's my point.
Like, oh no, what have I done?
The interest exists, but the payoff is not going to be near worth the ticket price. It's going to be the obvious.
His fight against Dillian White was magical. It was magical.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's interesting to see a guy like that big, that tall, you know, that is in his prime, you know, and just deciding he's going to step away, which I don't buy for a fucking hot second.
Are we going to see you back in the ring? Tell me, is it too early to ask?
You know, I promised my lovely wife Paris for 14 years that after the Wilder 3 fight, that would be it. And I meant it. And I had a war, it was a great trilogy, and I meant that. I know it's all done. I have to be a man of my word, and I think this is it. This might be the final curtain for the Gypsy King.
He made his intentions known after the fight. He brings over Francis Ngannou and says, we're going to have a hybrid fight with these 4-ounce gloves on.
I'm the boxing heavyweight champion, UFC heavyweight champion. He's in great shape. Look at the muscles on him.
And we're going to find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Oh, it's going to be an explosive fight when it happens.
It's going to be a hybrid fight with different type of rules.
Yes.
You know, MMA gloves in the ring, kind of like make something a little different.
I want to see Tyson Fury pitch a shutout. I want to see him lighten him up. I want to see the world. I want the world to see what it's like when the best motherfucker on earth at his given thing gets to express himself with someone who's trying it out.
Yeah, full-blown destruction is what happens.
Unless they allow clinching.
Okay, but
If
they
they
don't have to
allow
allow it. In boxing, technically, you're not allowed to hold. That's, you
Right,
know.
but if you could hold and hit, because you can in MMA, it's called dirty boxing. Guys grab the back of your head and smash you in the face.
Oh, you mean like...
hold on to you, keep you in
no,
place.
no,
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If
you'll
that's
get fouled for that, for
yeah,
sure.
but that's not in a hybrid rule situation with MMA gloves. If Francis Ngannou gets Tyson Fury to agree to let him hold and hit,
Like you could put a guy in a headlock and just...
100%.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you could hold on to a guy, if you could just get an overhook,
Yeah.
and just completely tie up that arm and just smash him in the face. If you could tie get him in a collar tie where you're
Yeah.
holding the back of his neck and you're smashing him in the face, that's legal in MMA. That happens all the time.
I would say the closest, ironically, the closest I've seen to that in boxing that was pretty effective and not entirely illegal might have been Klitschko Fury. Like, don't forget, that was a very clinch-heavy fight, and
Yes.
Fury was able to make the fight dirty boxing inside.
Klitschko made everything clinch heavy. Jab clinch, jab right hand clinch.
But only Fury was able to turn that against him.
Yes.
So even in this scenario, I get, okay, that gives Ngannou a much better chance because that's something he's skilled at.
Yeah.
But Tyson is not unskilled at that. That's how he won all those belts in the first place.
Right, true. And, being the Gypsy King, like those bare knuckle travelers are known for having fights bare knuckle.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. They have a fucking whole culture behind it. They have bare knuckle fighting, and the Gypsies goes back forever.
That's what I'm saying. He's like,
I'm sure he's had bare knuckle
Mr.
fights.
Ngannou, don't throw me in that briar patch. Smaller gloves. Oh no.
I would love to see it, no matter what. And I love Francis Ngannou, so I'd like him to get a giant payday, and I think it would be an enormous payday.
Oh, huge.
Huge. It would be spectacular. Francis Ngannou versus the Gypsy King for the undisputed baddest man on the planet. Oh my God, it'd be so much money. That's what I want for Francis. And if it's little gloves, man, you can't fuck around with little gloves.